Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chaos TV for some more Corsair Vengeance Cup coverage for the fourth game of tonight. It is going to be MYM facing off against GAA or Raw as their tag stands, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There is a big elo gap between these two teams in terms of soloing, but of course Vince, this is a team game and we're just going to have to wait and see what transpires before our eyes.
Indeed, and in the group at the moment, MYM have played 1-1-1, and GAA, or Raws as they're known in this particular matchup, have played one and lost one. So it is a must-win game for Raws here. But as you said, I think it's going to be a bit too difficult for them to actually pick up this win. However, let's see if they start off well. Are we actually going to get our first out-and-out team battle at the beginning of a game so far tonight? We've already casted, what is it, 4 games, Andy? Or is this the 4th? And we haven't yet to see two teams clash heads in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it is the fourth game of tonight, and we haven't seen one level 1 fight. Well, tonight anyway. As it looks like we're going to see a red invade, and I'm not sure what Graves is doing here. He could get caught out as it is going to come around the corner. Graves, you have to go on the defensive. Graves is just going to stay there. Has seen another player. He did originally see Udia. What are you doing, Graves? Get the hell out of there. Udia have spotted him now, and they are just going to retreat as they think maybe it's a bait. Maybe they're just waiting around in that bush. But they are going to retreat, and if I were them, I would have just kept pursuing on to Graves and maybe try and land the kill. I mean, I'm pretty sure Udia has his flash up as well. But hey, they did retreat, and they are just going to go back to the Wolves / cross over and get their own red. But it looks like Lee Sin is actually in this bush as well.
Minions have spawned.
Nocturne. Which of the two would you prefer to have in your lineup then, Andy? Which of these two would you prefer to have jungling in your team, kind of ganking?
Oh, I accidentally said Udia, didn't I?
Yes.
Sorry. I don't know. Obviously, Nocturne's ganks are really good, but you kind of have to wait until level 6. Personally, I probably prefer Udia, and I don't know. It's just, you know, Udia has that stun earlier, and you know, the earlier levels, Udia is just much stronger, personally, for Nocturne. But you know, what do you think?
Well, just seeing at the moment actually that they have managed to really harass Nocturne's blue here. Have Janna, Ari and Graze are trying to pull back now onto their respective lanes, but they really did actually mess up Nocturne's jungle there, really staving off that and kind of stalling it for him. And here comes Lee Sin for the gank at top. He has red buff. He actually stole the red buff from Raw here, and if he can land that sonic wave and of course the resonating strike, this could be an easy kill, but he actually missed it, and Udyr with that bear form gets the speed, of course, the movement speed, and he is going to live to fight for another day. But once again, just pushing him back, allowing Nautilus some nice control in this lane. And you said before, Enzo, you haven't played much of Nautilus. He's such a good character in team fights, but I've never seen him fare up solo top against an Udyr before, and it's going to be very interesting for me to see which one of these two comes out on top.
Absolutely. When I have seen Nautilus, I've only seen him in the jungle because obviously his gaping. Oh my god, his ganking capabilities are absolutely great, you know, with that pull, and if they're near a wall or something, he can just go straight onto a wall and stun the opposition. And you know, he's great for ganking, but I've never seen him really solo top, and especially against an Udyr, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're just going to have to wait and see. But Nocturne is awaiting a gank in mid on towards Ari, and here he goes. He has picked his right time, but he did miss, and Harry will be able to escape, and that was very poor from Nocturne, I must admit, as the Q does go out. Orb of Deception hitting onto Anivia, and wow, that damage, and Anivia is forced to use that pot. She is quite low, but there isn't going to be too much bother as Lee Sin is actually coming along as well. If he can land it and jump on towards Anivia, then he could find a kill, but it isn't going to happen as Lee Sin is just scouting around the jungle here, trying to find Nocturne, but Nocturne is up towards golems.
Yeah, and this is going to give Lee Sin an opportunity to steal these wraiths, and if you have a look at his side of the jungle, by and large untouched, with exception of course with that blue buff, Anzi, the rest of his jungle is intact right now, so he can push back over. He is going to come head to head with Nocturne. Nocturne is on less than half health. If he can land this sonic wave, it should be a kill for Lee Sin, but again he's missed it. He opted to try the right hand side. Nocturne dodged to the left, as he won't be landing that now. Udyr is going to try and come down and put some pressure on, but Nautilus is on the case. He's going to come up with that huge anchor in his hands. Of course, he has put one ability in each of his abilities, so he has Riptide, Titan's Wrath and Dredgeline all open to use. And as you said before, Enzi, the great thing about Nautilus is you don't necessarily have to hit the enemy to get closer to them. Dredgeline will also grapple onto terrain and pull them towards it, so he is a great character to catch up with enemy units.
Absolutely. So there was a close encounter, but it wasn't to be. Anivia was very close to dying as well due to Ari, but she is going to be absolutely fine as Ari has actually gone back now. Picked up a Doran's ring and a ward, or a couple of wards in fact. So let's just have a quick look at the CS difference. Ari has got 20, Anivia with 10, and like the last game I'll mention, you know, it just seems like Anivia, unless she's got that blue buff, she is quite useless with farming. I mean, every game I've seen Anivia in today, it's just, either it's a bad player, or the champion isn't all that great for getting them last hits, because obviously it's quite hard to push a lane with the likes of Anivia if you haven't got that blue buff. So she's just gonna stay around and defend her minions. The ball of ice does come out, but nothing is gonna happen as Lee Sin looks to be gathering himself towards the mid in fact. And if he can get a successful jump onto Anivia, I can only bet there will be a kill, but obviously you have to remember Anivia has her passive that puts her into the egg state as well, as here comes Lee Sin and misses it by an inch, and the flash is forced to go, and not even the passive will be released from Anivia there. But nice damage coming out from Ari early on, and Anivia is just going to probably recall now.
Indeed, but she actually burnt both of her summoner spells. She used Flash and Ignite, putting Ignite onto Lee Sin there, trying to just make sure he didn't get the kill onto her and had to pull back. But just kind of retorting onto what you said before, Enzi, I think the reason people play Anivia is because her mid to late game is incredibly strong. In those team fights, of course, she has the ultimate that she can put down, which does a ton of damage, which is, of course, Glacial Storm. Then a Flash Frost as well has like basically an AoE stun. Frostbite can do huge damage as well onto targeted units. So it's kind of one of those characters that if you can survive the early game and you don't get ganked too much and kind of focused out of your lane, then she is a very strong champion. So I understand why people pick her. The problem is, so far tonight though, is a lot of the games have been over within about the 20-25 minute mark, and really Anivia at that stage of the game, unless she's getting a lot of kills early on, is not a very good character. So you really do need to make it to the mid to late game before she starts to come to fruition and really flourish.
Yeah, I mean, I think all games just tonight have been whitewashes. I mean, you had M5, you know, just absolutely dominating. I can't even remember the team name now. I'm not sure if you remember, but they dominated first game. And yeah, it's just been one-sided, but here comes Lee Sin, has actually caught Nocturne out of place. The ball of ice coming as the ultimate will be released, but there is Ari as she pops her ultimate and the orb. This could be a double kill, but she is under tower and she has to retreat. Really nice stuff from Ari there, and was very unlucky. Maybe thought, okay, look, I could get the possibly do damage onto Anivia and put her into that egg state, but it isn't worth it because she could have risked dying herself. And there is first blood for Ari, and that is not the best of people to give it to, especially in a mid battle.
And so far tonight, the first blood recipient has gone on to win, Enzi. So if it's going to go that way, you would expect MYM to take this one. You're going to have Nautilus and Udyr just standing toe-to-toe, trading blows there. Nautilus has burnt his ultimate, and I'm not too sure about using his ultimate there, to be entirely honest. He had no hope of actually killing Udyr. I guess the reason why is that Lee Sin is lurking in the shadows in one of these bushes here. He did try to push out, but gave his position away. Nocturne has used Duskbringer. But look already, the difference in levels between the two junglers is 6 and 4, and by my money, Enzi, tonight has definitely been a night of the junglers. The better jungler has always won. It's never been an exception to that rule. Will this game be the exception? Who knows? But Anivia has burnt that wall. It was nowhere near to Lee Sin. Of course, the great thing about Lee Sin is he can use that safeguard and Iron Will on wards and also on his own units and his own teammates. So it's a great escaping mechanism. You just saw right there, he managed to dodge that wall.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a... Well, it's actually quite lucky the ward was actually down. I mean, that he didn't just place that down just at the moment that the wall came up. I mean, that was down anyway, so pretty much lucky there, because obviously he didn't have a ward and he wouldn't have been able to jump to a ward if he placed one down. And so nice escape from Lee Sin to avoid getting killed. As it looks like bottom, and Janna is quite out of place. I'm not sure what she was actually trying to do. She will probably get taken down, but that ultimate was absolutely incredible. And here comes Ari to the rescue. Misses her charm completely. I'm not sure where that was going. Maybe she wanted to charm the tree. I'm not sure, but Ash will go down regardless, as Graves will get that kill. As Anivia is put into a passive, but it should be no problem for Graves to pick this one up. But the Anivia is doing some initial damage as Ari will pick up the kill onto Nocturne. But that charm, Vince.
The charm wasn't too good, but I tell you what, Ari's damage output right now is absolutely insane. She completely crushed 3 players just by using her ultimate and the orb as well. Fair enough, the charm missed, but it just goes to show how good her damage output is, that she misses an ability and still cripples 3 players by herself, basically. Graves did take down Anivia in that egg as she respawned, and really, I mean, it's looking very one-sided. We kind of half expected this. 4k gold has came in favour of MYM, and they're looking to push this one home relatively quickly. Sin is going to come to top. To be fair, he hasn't really been hitting a lot of his sonic waves so far, so that's kind of reflected in the fact that he has no kills and no assists. But can he make amends right now? He is going to kick back with his ultimate, lands the sonic wave, just as I say that. Nautilus's shark is on its way, and I think that's going to be a very dead Udyr. Maybe not. Yes, it will. Sonic Wave has landed. The reason I call it a shark is it just reminds me of Jaws chasing after someone under the water and then knocks them in the air and gets the kill. So 5-0 already, NZ. And yeah, it's looking dominating already.
Yeah, we pretty much predicted this before the game, just looking at the elos. Obviously, you shouldn't probably go off that. But I mean, today it's just been one-way station like every single game. So and there we go, Ari picking up the kill onto Anivia, and that's her 3rd kill already in under 12 minutes. So incredible stuff coming out from Ari. She should be able to get this tower down. She can obviously wipe them waves pretty much instantly with the orb, and as you can see, she's doing that right now. As the tower, in fact, out top lane will go down, courtesy of Nautilus. As Janet and Graves has had this bot lane push since the get-go, and not one gank has come down from Nocturne. You know, Nocturne has got the ultimate, as Alistar will push him into the wall. Brilliant pulverize there. Ash doing a bit of damage, but the damage coming from Ash is very, very poor. Let me just check her items. She's got the Berserker's Greaves and the double Dorans, and Graves hasn't got the Berserker's Greaves, but he's got a triple Dorans, but very disappointing damage coming out from Ash at the moment.
Yeah, but you absolutely nailed it, Enzo. You said the bot lane's been pushed the entire time and not Nautilus, Nocturne hasn't came down for a gank, and I think that's purely just down to the fact that Lee Sin has been so active at top, and obviously that tower has gone down, and Nivea is under heavy attack here. She is going to use a health bot, probably will escape anyway, and that should be a very safe. And Nivea, bot lane, some more action going off. Monsoon could come to the rescue of Graves, indeed it will, but he pops the heal as well just to be safe. Obviously better safe than sorry, and now Janna with no mana is going to try and run away. Will Ash catch up with her? Answer is a no. They know that Nautilus is on the prowl. He's going to come down now. He has got some nice items on already, and this could be 2 dead players. He's going to pop that ultimate once again. Easy kills for Graves. He's going to pick up the double kill, and that's going to take it to 8-0 already. 7.2k gold advantage. This tower is going to go down for sure now, and that's also Dragon up as well, and you would expect MYM to convert this free Dragon very comfortably indeed.
Yes, as Ari picks up the Soul Stealer to obviously try and build them stacks up, and she's already on 3 kills and 2 assists, and it's not looking good for the Raw side, as she will just ult in and an orb, and there it goes. And Nivea just flies away, doesn't even need to go into egg form. She didn't even have a chance. I mean, Ari used one dash in her ultimate, then an orb, and then boom, Nivea is dead. And it's pretty much GG right now. It's a 9k gold advantage. The damage from Ari is just too much. And Graves obviously getting them initial double kills, and now on 4-0 as well. So when you got your AP and your AD carry at them scores, it's really, really just GG. Especially when it's at this early stage and there's 0 kills coming from the opposition, as the mid tower will go down.
For sure, and I mean, like, Graves has just gone back and just outright bought the Infinity Edge. He had 3,800 gold or something crazy like that to spend. And that's going to be an Infinity Edge finished at the 14-minute mark from Graves. Let's look at Ash. He has Berserker's Greaves and 3 times Doran's Blades. So there's a massive discrepancy there between the 2 AD carries. And obviously, as this game goes on longer and longer, Graves is just going to be dealing more and more damage, and he's really going to become a big problem. Dragon wasn't taken from Lee Sin. Don't think he felt like soloing it there. Maybe thought he was going to put himself in harm's way. So Dragon is still up for both teams to contest with, but it's easily going to be an MYM. Look at the ward coverage there. I don't think there's any wards out right now from Raw. In fact, there are absolutely zero, and I think there's only 1 or 2 wards out from MYM, but to be honest, they don't really need any wards right now.
Like, all the lanes are pushed. I mean, they don't need any wards, just like you said. When the lanes are pushed like that, they can just keep pushing them lanes, and they're going to have full vision whatever anyway. I mean, they're in their jungle all the time, but Graves has to be careful, as Alistair's on the right, and Nivea, Ashe, and basically all 4 players from the Raw side were maybe going to enter that jungle, as it looks like there is going to be a blue steel coming off here. As Graves will retrieve that, obviously can now spam his buckshot and stuff, as Ari will ult in. There's the orb, and that damage is too strong, as Udia will go down, and she will just go away there. She has got a cooldown, she'll flash straight in with the orb once again, as the egg seems to fly across the map, but still die. There's the double kill from Ari, Graves onto Ashe, and that egg was an absolute spasticated egg.
I just love the fact that Monsoon makes an egg fly away. That's brilliant. That was all drama. But yeah, there we saw depth charge used from Nautilus, which of course is his ultimate. And unfortunately for him, I think he was targeting Anivia or somebody else, or perhaps it was actually... I don't even know who that was. I think it was Anivia. But either way, Udia on very low health walked in front of the depth charge, and of course the depth charge will hit anybody that it could cross his paths with, and actually finished Udia off. He probably would have escaped had he not have been hit from depth charge. So kind of unfortunate from him. Great play from Nautilus, 14-0. This could be the second game that we see where one team doesn't even reply a single time.
Yeah, that is very sad to see, you know. We haven't really had the best of luck tonight, have we, Vince? I mean, they've all been whitewashes, but Ari can literally just solo 2 players, as she will pick up the kill onto Nocturne, and she's just going to ult straight back in. Oh, dearie me. She will get stunned, but she's just going to ult, and that will, one ult will finish off Alistair. She did miss the orb and the charm. If she would have landed both of them, I reckon it would have been another kill for Ari. But Ari is just too strong. Let me just check how many stacks she's got at the moment. I can't actually see because I'm on the spectator mode. 1 sec. I can't actually see. No.
She's on 11.
11. Yeah, I can't see it because I'm on Windows mode and I can't see a thing because I'm blind.
Yeah, she's on 11 stacks. Obviously, that's going to be giving her ability power increased by 88. And if she hits 20 stacks, it's going to be even more than that, and a reduction on cooldowns of 15%. But there's an arrow from Ashe. They could be taking down some players here. This could be the first kill. It will be the first kill. Ari gets dropped. A third of her stacks are going to disintegrate before her eyes. But can Janna fall as well? That's the question. Duskbringer has been used from Nocturne. Is he going to catch up? He's even flashed as well. And he's going to try and auto-attack his way to victory. He's got the fear, but here comes Nautilus with his depth charge. I think he has just managed to save Nocturne under the tower.
No way.
Escapes with 25 health. In the meantime, there's a massive team fight going up on the Nexus as Graves just picked up a kill. Thought for a second he may have taken down Ashe. Now it's the not to be, but well, talk about a hero there. Nautilus coming out of nowhere and just totally saving Janna.
That was just such a fail from Nocturne. He used his army, he used his flash, and then the shield was just too strong from Janna to save her life, and the Nautilus comes in, herpy derpy derp, bye bye bye, and you are dead. So a great recovery from Nautilus to really save his teammate there. And it looks like this is probably going to be the close off here. I mean, Ari's coming back up. She did get that potion as well to increase her ability power by 20 to 40. And there we go, as Nautilus will engage with the grapple. And do a lot of damage to Nocturne, but not finishing off. The Howling Gale does come across. A little delay, Udia going up. There is Nautilus is swimming in the air like you do, in the middle of their base.
He doesn't seem to care. He's a trolling sailor, this guy. He's a trolling dog.
That animation's actually sick.
It is, it's great, isn't it? He actually tried to land another dredge line there, but actually missed, so we could have another team fight. This could be a last chance saloon as the ultimate is going off. Oh, and Anavir runs behind Ashe, and that's only going to hurt Ashe. Ashe has just been completely exploded from Ari, and now you're going to see a multitude of damages flying all over this team of Raws. And that's already 2 players falling down. Udia's also died to 21 for 1. 1 Nexus tower down. And this could easily be the game over right here, right now, because I don't see Raws having much retaliation from this. The only thing that's working in their favour is the minions are still yet to get hit, but Ari just jumps on Alistair, and he's down in an instant, and Avia will actually flash away. She got caught with the dredge line. And a bit of a fail ultimate
What?
from Ash.
What?
A goal has been scored today from Ash.
Oh,
Right
God.
between two players, right down the middle. Couldn't have placed it better.
Every single Ash arrow we've seen today, except for one of the games where they were just going across the map and hitting everybody, have just been fails. I mean, they've been standing still and they're still missed. But what a one-sided game that was. Maybe they should have played tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe they knew something we didn't. But either way, congratulations to MYM, definitely deserved winners. This tends to happen though. I mean, we're at the beginning of the group stages, and so you're going to have teams that are very much mismatched playing against each other, and this, of course, is the end result.
Yeah, we can't really do anything about it. You know, we're just providing full coverage. You know, we're just picking out any game that's really there. Oh, apparently MYM are ranked 11th or something in the world.
Oh yeah, they're former ex-GBT, of course, so they're a very, very good team, you know, one of the better teams in Europe. So, you know, you've got a team of MYM's caliber facing against a team like Raws, who are, no disrespect to them, but they're definitely in different leagues, and that kind of shone through in that game.
Yes, it did. But I think that's got to conclude tonight's coverage events for the Corsair Vengeance Cup from Chaos TV. We have seen 4 rather one-sided games. We saw M5 take the first one. I can't even remember the second and third one because they were just over so quick.
It was Slap versus... Who were they? Oh, Velocity Gaming, of course. Velocity Gaming won. That coincidentally was the game where Ash was landing ultimates from the other side of the map, just really sick arrows. And then the game that we just casted was UVS versus DW, where DW took that one comfortably. So no real surprises or shocks tonight. It's always been the favourite to win. Have always gone ahead and won the games.
Okay then. Have you got any last shout-outs to kind of shout out to, Vince? Before we go
I
on?
just hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. We've been trying to provide as much as we can. I think we should be back tomorrow, the day after, for more Corsair Vengeance Cup action. Yeah, and this is the very beginning, guys, so it should be going on for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I think, if my calendar skills aren't wrong. So yeah, there's plenty more action in the future to come up.
Yeah, and obviously, like you mentioned, the early games, they're not going to be as great as the late games. You know, you've got most of the top tier teams. You've got TSM, you've got Dignitas, you've got the likes of CLG and stuff. So the later games are going to be much better, guys. But hope you've enjoyed the coverage for tonight. Obviously, you can give us feedback on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ChaosTV. You can also go to our own personal Facebooks. You can go and check out Vince's at www.facebook.com/MetasTV. Mine is NZ with 2 E's at the end. And we also have a YouTube in case you've missed any games tonight. The M5 game and everything else will be up there later as well, which is youtube.com/chaoscontingency, or you could go to chaostv.nl/YouTube, which will just direct you there. Also, we also have another YouTube as well, which is /chaostv, and we're trying to make a slow transition. So, but yeah, guys, I'm going to stop blabbering on now. I'm going to let you guys go or whatever and do what you want to do, make cups of tea and crumpets and stuff, but hopefully you don't do that because that's rather sad. But we will probably be back tomorrow, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and good night.
Good night.